Good evening, everyone. Welcome to BYJU'S exam prep. So we know the next examination, the last examination of the season, that is Maharashtra CET MBA. Okay, the last hope for the season. Many of you must have appeared for CMAT as well. Okay, and if it did not turn out well, and then if you want to do MBA in 22 to 24 season itself, so that is our last hope, right? One should not give up hope, one must try till the end, and especially if you are a Maharashtrian, then you have better opportunities through this examination. Even if you are non Maharashtrian, why should you give up? Try your best and do well in this examination. Okay, so this is the big examination that is coming up, and the registration dates have also been extended. I'm sure you must be aware of the same. Okay, so this is a video on pie charts. If we talk about data interpretation of Maharashtra CET section, generally it has 50 questions on quant, right? If you talk about the normal paper, last year there were some abnormalities as well. Generally, you have 50 questions on quant, and out of this, around 15 to 20 are of DIU. That is out of 50, right? So you can say that somewhere in the range that 30 to 40% of the questions are data interpretation. That you can say 3 to 4 sets. Generally 5 questions, 6 questions, 4 question set kind of things are there. So you get 3 to 4 sets. And what are these sets? These are your tables, right? These are your line graphs, bar graphs, right? Pie charts, etc. And there are caselets. So today we are going to see pie chart. We will see that it is one of the simplest form of graphs, and in some cases you do not even need the total value to calculate the answers. Okay. So in this case, pie chart, if you talk about, there are two types. One is percentage and one is angle based. Now this one is angle based pie chart. So it says the distribution of cakes sold by 5 different shops PQRST on a particular day, and these are the percentage distributions, and total number of cakes sold is 1200. So total of 1200 cakes sold, these are the percentage distributions. Now if we are given distribution in angles, so we know that 360 degree is 100%. Okay, so suppose I have to find that how much value of this is, right? So that will be 64.8 by 360. Total is 360, right? So if you have to find this, if you have to convert to percentage, you can convert to percentage like this, or if you have to find the value, if you have to find percentage, right? If I ask that what is Q as a percentage of total, right? So you have to find this. If you have to calculate, then multiply by the total number, right? If it asks about the percentage and if it asks about the value, then you calculate like this. Okay, so let us see the questions, right? What is the first question asking? The difference between the number of cakes sold by shop Q and shop S. What is the difference between the number of cakes sold by these two shops? Can you calculate and tell me what is the difference? And for the ones who have not done a lot of data interpretation, and even if you have done, I will be telling certain techniques so that you save your time in these things. Because what happens is many times in books, right, they will calculate the values uh, and then say that this is the answer, right? But things can be done in a smart way, so that we will see in this video. So Karthik, you are joining for the first time. Welcome to the class, right? I hope you will enjoy these lectures and will watch the remaining videos as well. So the question asks difference between the number of cakes sold by shop Q and shop S. So try to find that number. Shop Q and shop S, what is the difference? Rows, see, we generally have sessions every day, but you subscribe to our channel, you will get to see the list, right? You can see the list of upcoming videos. Yes, we do have classes regularly on our channel. You can watch these. Now see, if it asks what is the difference between shop Q and shop S, right? So that does not mean that you find for shop Q and find for shop S. What we can do is always remember when you have to find like some difference or any of these things like average or whatever, etc., etc. What you do is do calculation in percentage or degree terms. Like in this case, it's a degree. Otherwise, if it is in percentage, do all these calculations in degree or percentage terms and then multiply in end. What I mean by multiply is, let us say, what will some person do? The person will say that 64.8 by 360, as I said, and into 1200, the person will calculate this value. Okay, then we'll calculate like this 86.4 upon 360 into 1200. We'll find some value. Let us say this value is x, this value is y. The person will calculate x minus y, right? So that is not the right approach. What we will do is we will calculate in degree or percentage terms first. So what is S? 86.4. This is 64.8. 86.4 minus 64.8. So how much do you get? We will get 21.6. Right. So now we will multiply in the end. So we have found that it is 21.6 degree. 21 by 6 by 360 into 1200. Okay, so you can say that 216 into 120, 10 if you remove, this will cancel out. So this is 3 times 12 3s are 36, that is 72. So the answer is 72. Okay, so that's the answer to the question, right? Yeah, so first of all, we will find the difference in percentage or degree terms and then calculate it this way. The number of cakes sold by P and T together is how much percentage less than the number of cakes sold by shop R? So let us use similar approach to find this. Now it asks that number of cakes sold. So that does not mean that you find the number. Okay, you can do just by using these percentage and degree terms, right? So if a question asks now what is the answer type, right? If the answer type is in terms of percentage or ratio, right? In this answer type is percentage. Even if it was ratio, right? No use total value. 100 and calculate this, right? You can just use percentage or degree, whatever is given to us. Okay, we can just use percentage or degree. Here we are given in degrees, so we will use degrees. Okay, so see, it says the number of cakes sold by P and T together. So how much is P? P is 72 and T is 28.8. So P plus T is 100, 100.72 plus 28 is 100, right? 100.8. And how much percent less than the number of cakes sold by shop R? R is 108. Okay, this is 108. So whenever you have a question that what percentage less, so whenever it says that how much less or more, if a question asks, so first in the numerator put how much less or more upon less or more than what, and multiply by 100. Okay, so that should be the answer. Now how much less? 108 minus 100.8, right? So that is 7.2. The numerator will be 7.2. Less or more than what? Which number are you comparing with? We are comparing with 108. See, it is saying less than, whatever comes after less than or more than. Less than के बाद क्या? Number of cakes sold by shop are. So we have to find, divide by 108 and into 100. Okay. Now see the options. Now 7 upon 100 is 7%. Okay. Now 7.2 upon 8 will be less than 7%. Okay, थोड़ा सा 7 से थोड़ा सा कम होगा, right? Now this is 13, this is 20, this is 3. This should be the answer. None of these be here, but very likely you will get this as the answer. You can calculate, right? If you are in a doubt, you can always calculate, but that will be the answer. 6.66%. Okay, so if you calculate, it will be 720 by 108. Okay, so you can divide by 12, that is 60 upon 9. Okay, further you can divide by 3, that is 20 by 3. 20 by 3 is 6.66. Okay, so if there was no option, none of these, you could have directly marked 6.66 without even calculating. ठीक है, ऐसे reduce करने की जरूरत नहीं है. Just see, right? Common sense लगाओ. 7 upon 100 7% होता है. 7 से थोड़ी ज्यादा वैल्यू दे दी, 100 से थोड़ी ज्यादा दे दी, right? So like 7% के close होगा आंसर. So that is 6.66%. So that is the beauty of pie chart, right? You do not need to do the actual calculation. Now the number of cakes sold by shop Q is what percentage of the number of cakes sold by shops R and T together. Again question किस form में पूछा? Percentage. So just use these degree values to get the answer. So find this. The number of cakes sold by shop Q. Q is 64.8, right? So your numerator is 64.8. And what is the denominator? Denominator is R and T together. R is 108 and T is 128.8. So you will get 136.8. Okay. Now see 136 का 50% कितना होगा? 68. इसका हाफ हो जाएगा 68.4. ठीक है, हाफ से थोड़ा सा कम है. ठीक है, तो like if you see options, you can reject these three. Like अब like if see there is no none of these. Okay, अगर none of these नहीं होता है, so directly you can say that this is the answer, right? 46.4. If there is no option, none of these, you could say that directly 46.4 is the answer. Okay? But there is an option none of these, so let us check. ठीक है, कि ये 46.4 ही होगा या 42 हो सकता है, कम भी हो सकता है, right? So let us check. So R and T, right? हम सही तो कर रहे हैं ना? 136.8. ठीक है, so 50% कितना हो गया? 50% is 68.4. ठीक है, और इससे कितना सब्ट्रैक्ट कर लो? 64.8, that is 3.6. ठीक है, 3.6 इसका कितना परसेंटेज होगा? 3.6 अपॉन 136 इज अराउंड 3%। ठीक है, 2 पॉइंट समथिंग आएगा। ओके, सो यू विल गेट द आंसर एज, you will get the answer as around 47%। ठीक है, 3% से कम होगा, so none of these should be the answer ideally। ठीक है, none of these आना चाहिए, 46.4 भी नहीं होगा, it will be somewhere close to 47 point something। okay, it will not be 46.4, it will be 40। so if you use actual calculations, ठीक है, एक बार actual calculations करके देख लो, 1368। ठीक है, so we can divide by 4 and that is 342। again we can divide by 9, 18 से कर लेते हैं, 18 into 9 and 18 into 19, so 900 by 19, 19 4 is 76, 140, 7 133, 7 3, so 47.37, so none of these will be the answer in that case। okay, so that is close to this, it will not be 46.4। okay, so sometimes you need to check the answer। ठीक है, ये तो definitely these are wrong, it will be less than 50%। okay, so just confirm and it will get 47.4, close to 47.4, so we'll accept that as the answer। if it was 47.4, then you would have marked that as the answer। okay, all right, if another shop U sold 20% more cakes than shop R, then the cakes sold by shop U is how much more than the number of cakes sold by S and T? So now it is asking about the number of cakes sold। So Anushri, please subscribe to our channel. We have classes at different timings, right, for different sections. So not necessarily at the same time. Sometimes it might be in the afternoon, in the evening at 7 p.m. Some classes we might have at 1 p.m. So that you will have to check in the channel. So a shop U sold 20% more cakes than shop R, and we have to find that the number of cakes sold by shop U is how much more than the number of cakes sold by S and T. So again, do the same thing, calculate everything in degree terms। So it says that U is 20% more than shop R, right? So 20% means 120%. It will be 120%, that means 1.2 times, right? So 108 into 1.2, 12 into 100, 1200, 8 into 12, 96। Okay, so U is this much, it is saying that sold by S and T combined। ठीक है, S is this and T is this. S plus T is, this is 2 and 115.2. So just subtract it. We will get 14.4 degree. So all calculations, intermediate calculation should be done in degree or percentage terms. So 14.4 degree by 360 into 1200, or you can say 144 into 120, because decimal and 0 will cancel out. Okay, so 144 divided by 3 is 48. So the answer will come as 48. Okay, so this is how we do calculations in pie chart, right? So it does not mean that you calculate R, then you calculate U, then you calculate S and T. इतनी सारी calculations नहीं करनी है, right? So all intermediate calculations. That is the beauty of pie charts. That you do in using percentage or degree. So this was a pie chart on degrees. So we did in degrees. किसी में percentage में होता है, we will do all this calculation in percentages, right? Addition, subtraction, जो भी करना है, we will do in all these things, and then multiply only for the final answer. So we multiplied 14.4 degree by 120, 14.4 by 360 into 120. Okay. All right. So let us see the next one. Now we are given another set. In this, we are given that percentage distribution of the number of widgets produced by 5 companies. So this is 5%, 12. I hope rest of the values are clear. Okay, so 5 was not clear. So total number of widgets is 8800. Right? Total is 8800. These are in percentage terms. So the first question is, what is the ratio of number of widgets produced by A and D together and the number of widgets produced by B and E together? So it is asking A and D together and B and E together. Okay, so what did I tell you? Don't calculate. Okay, don't find the number by A, don't find the number by D. Just use these degree, or so in this case it is percentage terms. Use these percentages to tell the answer. Very easy question. It's a very simple question. तो इसमें क्या करना है? A and D together, A और D जोड़ दो. A is 5 and D is 32. ठीक है, तो ये आ जाएगा 37. और B and E, B is 12 and E is 27. So 37 and 39. So that is your answer. ठीक है, very simple, straightforward question. कभी भी values calculate करनी नहीं है. At what stage do we calculate value? Whenever it asks for the numbers, right? जब final calculation होता है. So remember, if the question asks, question type is on percentage or ratio, right? We do not need total value. Total value जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ेगी, right? Even if it is 1500, it will not matter. Okay, but if it asks like number or those kind of thing, so then also we will use in the end. Okay. If another company F produced 25% more widgets than company C, then the number of widgets sold by company F is how much less than the number of widgets sold by companies A and E? So F is 25% more than company C. So I have to tell number of widgets sold by company F is how much less than A and E together. Total was given to us as 8800. So these are the type of questions. If you know these techniques, pie chart becomes super simple. ठीक है, इतना difficult नहीं होता. कि लोग क्या करते हैं, ये they calculate all the values, which is not needed. You never need to calculate all these values. You can just simply do them by this. And in all kind of DI, you should know certain percentages. Like 1 upon 3 is 33.33%. ये बहुत बेसिक चीजें होती हैं, right? 1 upon 4 is 25%. 1 upon 5 is 20%. 1 upon 6 is 16.67%. ऐसे ही जो अलग अलग फ्रैक्शंस की परसेंटेजेस होती हैं, you should know that, right? So 25% is 1 by 4. ठीक है? So it is saying F is 1/4 more than C. C कितना है? 24% है. C is 24%. What is 1/4 of 24? 1/4 of 24 is 6. ठीक है, 6 more हो गया ना. 1/4 of 26 is 4. So F is 30%. F is 30% of what? 30% of 8800. नहीं, F नहीं. अच्छा, they have given till E ना. So F is 30% of 8800. Now it is saying that sold by F is how much less than the total widget sold by A and E. A कितना है? 5% है. And E is 27%. 27 plus 5 gives us 32. ठीक है, A plus E. And F is 30%. ठीक है, सब्ट्रैक्ट करोगे कितना आएगा? 2% आएगा. 2 into 88 is 176. So simple calculations, just do in terms of percentages and then multiply by the final answer. Do not find the value of F. Okay, do not find the value of A and E. Just do all these calculations in percentage terms. Okay. How much should the distribution of number of widgets sold by company C be represented in degrees? अब C को हमें डिग्री में रिप्रेजेंट करना है. It is how many degrees? How will we convert to degrees? डिग्री में कैसे कन्वर्ट करेंगे इसे? तो सिंपल देखो कैसे करते हैं डिग्री में कन्वर्ट. लाइक इफ यू डू नॉट नो, सो थिंक लाइक दिस. ठीक है, 100% टोटल होता है. 100% इज 360 डिग्री. ठीक है, तो 1% कितना हो जाएगा? 360 by 100, that is 18 by 5, right? Or you can say 3.6 times. Okay? So 24 into 3.6 करेंगे, isn't it? Now see, you do not have to multiply 24 by 36. 4 into 6 is what? 24. ठीक है, last digit should come as something 0.4. एक ही option दिया 86.4, that becomes your answer. Okay, so all these things, last digit etc. help you. तो यहाँ पे calculate ही नहीं करना. If they had given more options with last digit as 0.4, then you would have to multiply this. Okay. What is the difference between the number of widgets produced by company E and the number of widgets produced by companies C and B together? So again, a very simple question. How much will we get? See, E and C and B together. What I tell you that you have to calculate in degree terms or percentage terms in this case, right? So E kitna hai? E is 27 and C and B together is 36. Right? 36 minus 27 is 9%. Okay, so that is 88 into 9. That will be 792. So simply the answer 792. Okay, so this is how we use pie charts. Okay. All right, so that was a couple of sets on pie charts. We learned the techniques that pie chart is not that difficult as it seems. Okay, you are not supposed to calculate all the values. You can just like calculate in terms of percentage or degree. Okay, that all calculations, all intermediate calculations. ठीक है, जो भी बीच में हम calculations करते हैं, all intermediate calculation should be done in percentage or degree. ठीक है, and only for final answer you multiply by the total given. Okay, and if the question is like percentage or ratio based, then this is not needed, right? You do not have to find multiply by total, right? You can just use this to get the answer. If they ask for some values, then you find multiply the final answer by total value and get the answers. Okay, so that was something about pie charts, and you must have learned something new. So you will find pie charts easy from now on, and as compared to most of the aspirants, you will be able to solve these questions in a faster manner. Okay, so thanks for watching this video. Have a great night. Goodbye.